Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today, I'm going to review this hyper tough 12V 3/8 inch compact impact wrench I got from Walmart. I saw this impact wrench from the Hyper Tough Tools Facebook group and I was really excited about it. I have a 1/2 inch compact impact wrench from Bauer. It works well for what I do. But I've always wanted a 3/8 inch impact that's even smaller than Bauer, something like the Milwaukee Stubby impact wrench. However, as much as I like the Milwaukee brand power tools, as a DIYer and a new homeowner in this crazy housing market, I really don't have the budget to pay the big price tag to buy into the Milwaukee tool line, even when they're on discount. Then, I saw this hyper tough impact wrench and it got me really excited. It looks as compact as the Milwaukee Stubby. It claims to be more powerful than Milwaukee Stubby, but it only costs a fraction of the price. A small brushless impact wrench with 280 foot-pounds of breakaway power that sells for only $70? Maybe this is it. So I immediately bought one to see how good it actually is. And here it is. Let's take a look at what it says on the packaging. This is a 12V max 3/8 inch drive cordless impact wrench by Hyper Tough, which I believe is only sold at Walmart. This impact wrench has a brushless motor. If you want to know why brushless motors, here on the top of the box, it basically tells you how brush motor sucks and how brushless motor rule. On the back of the box, it says that this impact wrench has a battery life indicator, an LED work light, a variable speed trigger, and a metal belt clip, all on the main body. On the side of the box, Hyper Tough claims that the tool has a no-load speed up to 2,500 RPM with an impact rate up to 3,300. The maximum tightening torque is 225 foot-pounds, and the maximum breakaway torque is 280 foot-pounds. That's 30 foot-pounds more than what the Milwaukee Stubby impact claims. If this is true, it should be more than enough for the majority of stuff I do as a DIYer. On the other side of the box, we can see that this impact wrench comes with a 2 Ah battery and a charger, all for $70. Very nice. Well, that's everything on the box. Let's take a look inside. There's the impact wrench with the battery inside. And here's the charger. This impact wrench is really compact. It also feels quite sturdy and substantial in my hands. Here's the front of it, and the back of it in my hand. It's only 1/2 inch longer than the Milwaukee Stubby, but much smaller than my Bauer 1/2 inch compact impact wrench. Here's a comparison of the two. That's quite a significant difference there. Now put them side by side, the Hyper Tough impact wrench is also a lot shorter than the Bauer impact wrench with a smaller battery pack. This makes the Hyper Tough impact wrench more versatile and can fit into more spaces. Now, let's put on the larger 4 Ah battery and see how they compare. With the 4 Ah battery, the Hyper Tough is still a bit shorter than the Bauer. The tool heights are very similar between the two, so it's the battery pack dimension that make a big difference in this case. I really like this Hyper Tough impact wrench so far. Now, let's see how powerful it is at taking lug nuts off of my truck. I don't have any 3/8 inch impact sockets yet, but I do have 1/2 inch impact sockets. So I'm just gonna use a 3/8 inch to 1/2 inch adapter for now. I hope it doesn't affect the performance too much. In the first test, I torqued the lug nut to 75 foot-pound. This is the torque on a lot of Japanese cars like our Toyota Sienna and Camry. This should be pretty easy for this impact wrench. Let's see how it goes. Very effortless, as expected. Now, let's step up to 100 foot-pounds. This is the lug nut torque spec for my V6 Mustang. No problem at all. Great. The final test is 150 foot-pounds. This is the torque spec for this F-150. If this impact wrench can take these lug nuts off, then it should have absolutely no problem handling any job that I expect from it. If the breakaway torque claim is true, this should have no issue taking on 150 foot-pounds. Let's see how it does. Wow, no sweat. It just took it right off. This makes me wondering, what about the other lug nuts that have never been taken off? Those for sure are gonna be more than 150 pounds. Can this little 12-inch impact wrench do it? Let's see. Well, it struggled with one lug nut, but judging by how much wobble there was when working on that lug nut, it could be that the adapter reduced the impact force. Nevertheless, this hyper tough impact wrench had no problem taking any of the lug nuts off. I'm now convinced that this mighty little impact wrench can break away any bolts that I would expect to use a 3/8 inch compact impact wrench on. This is just awesome. Now, we have all seen how capable this hyper tough brushless impact wrench is. It's really powerful and can take off lug nuts torqued to over 150 foot-pounds without any issue. In fact, it is so powerful that it made me a bit concerned. After playing with it, I noticed that there's an issue with the variable speed trigger. On my Bauer impact wrench, as is with most popular impact wrenches out there, there's usually a speed mode selector that you can adjust how fast the impact wrench impacts when you hold down the trigger. Also, when you lightly pull on the variable speed trigger, the anvil should start to rotate at a very low speed, and as you pull harder, the anvil spins faster and faster. However, on this hyper tough impact wrench, there's no power level selector. To make things more complicated, the variable speed trigger feels like there's a trigger point. You can hear a click when it triggers. At the trigger point, it starts to spin fast, and as you release the trigger, it gets slower. This makes it a bit tricky, because if you're not careful, this is what could happen. It'll unleash all of its power. If you're patient enough, you can get it to start slowly. However, if you are concerned that this might break fragile bolts, or that it might over-tighten bolts by accident, this is something that you need to consider before buying. If that's not a concern for you, then for $70 for the impact wrench, a 2Ah battery, and a charger, this is an awesome deal. And with an additional $25, you can get a 4Ah battery to go with it to get longer runtime and potentially even more power. This is a no-brainer deal. That's it for today's video. I hope it's helpful. If you like this video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing for more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching. I see you next time.